Hey gang, as you can see I'm outside today and it is a beautiful warm day in February. This is Tuesday, February 5th, 2019, and surprisingly the temperature is in the 70s, and so I'm going to take advantage of that. I was at Tractor Supply today and I picked up some plants. I picked up a Chicago hardy fig tree or bush, however you want to look at it. I also picked up two American hazelnut or filbert trees. I've been wanting to plant some of these for a while now, and I was surprised to see them for sale at Tractor Supply. So I bought two of those, and I'm going to put those in close to each other and get them planted. But I just wanted to do this video today because, you know, on my other channel it's all about cars, and on this channel, as I said earlier in my opening sequence, it's going to be about a variety of things. So this is the variety. This is something different. I will say I'm not much of a gardener. I haven't had very good luck. I've planted a cherry tree and the deer destroyed it. I've planted peach trees. The deer have destroyed them. I had an apple tree that it lasted a good 10 years or so, but it was not doing quite as well as it should have. And the only thing that I've had decent luck with is these two blueberry bushes back here. Now, you can probably see, and I'll walk around and show you, but those bushes have been planted probably 3 or 4 years now, and I was having problems with, I don't know if it was so much the deer or if it was just birds getting into them and, you know, taking all the blueberries. And so I built this cage, and let me just give you an overview of how I built this cage. So as you can see, I built this cage around the two blueberry bushes in such a way that it keeps deer away and it also keeps birds out. Now all this is just 1/2 inch PVC. I had a bunch left over from a project that I had anticipated doing that I never did, and when I was redoing my garage I decided, well, I'm tired of moving this stuff around, so I'm going to make something out of it. Now again, this is just white PVC that's been painted black to blend in a little bit, and then some of this mesh or screening, and I picked that up at Lowe's, I believe. And then I just use zip ties to tie it onto and to itself. This is, you can see it's not big enough to encompass the whole thing in one wrap. So there's a 4-foot wrap at the bottom, and then it goes over the top, and there's a seam down the middle as well. So it's worked really well to keep birds out, and it's not the prettiest thing, but it's functional. And the nice part about it is I can flip it over when I want to mow. So the only issue I've had is with this is, for some reason, with a high enough wind, it can blow this over, which is surprising to me. I don't know how the wind can get a hold of it, but it does. It flips it over. So what I did is I added these stakes, and these are just, again, I think these are meant to support a flower or a plant of some sort, and you just put it in the ground beside it and hold it up. But I use them as stakes, and they just go into the ground nice and easy, and I just let it overlap the edge and holds it just fine. So I've had decent luck with the blueberry bushes, and now I'm going to plant these hazelnut trees and this fig tree. I will point out that the fig Chicago Hardy was $7.99, and the hazelnuts were only $5.99. And it recommended on the back here that you plant 2 of those. You can read through that if you like. It tells you the different zones, a little history on them. It's pretty nice of them to have all that information on the back. Here's the back side of the fig, and it talks about how it will grow and may die back after a freeze but it should continue to produce the following years. So now you know how that reads. I will be using a simple spade shovel. I've got some jungle growth flowering and vegetable professional mix. I've also got a little Miracle Grow shake and feed, so I'll add that on top. And over there is my tape measure. And the reason for that is it tells you to measure out certain distances and to plant them, you know, a certain distance from each other. So that's why I have my tape measure. So I figure my probable location here will be in front of those two blueberry bushes, and I'll just plant the hazelnut trees, you know, one here and one over here, keep everything in line, and then I'll bring the fig tree out here somewhere in the middle, and we'll see how that goes. On the package it says spacing needs to be 10 to 12 feet. So I'm going to come out away from my cage. I'm going to make it 16 feet. And then I will do the same thing on this side and then split the difference between them at about 12 feet. You can see in there it's got a nice rich looking soil. It looks like this is a little offset in the bag, so I'll have to adjust that whenever I plant it. Now that's one thing about Georgia soil. It's a lot of clay and sand mix, very dense, and can be a problem when it's very dry. Thankfully this is a little bit moist, so it digs out pretty easy. If you can see or not, but no. Everything is on the side. Hopefully this doesn't have any issues. It's showing a little green bud here on the end. So we'll plant it and see what happens. But for the moment, I'm going to keep that in the center of that. Mix some of this together. In there too. I'm really just trying to get the topsoil out of the part that I dug. Now obviously I will water that in a bit. We'll also add some Miracle Grow on top. said, water that in, and also I will put a tomato cage around that to protect it while it's in its small form at this point. So let me get the other one planted, and then I'll move on to the fig tree. This is funny. This spot that I just selected, which is 12 feet from that tree on that side and that tree on that side, basically a triangle, that's the exact spot where I planted, I think it was the cherry tree before, and you can see the dark soil in there. Yep, exact same spot. Well, it'll save me on some material. This has a much better root ball on it. See all that? I like that. That's going to be have a better chance of surviving, I'll say. So that's it for today. Got my hands a little dirty. That's a good thing. Like I said, I planted 2 hazelnut trees and a fig tree. I may not be the best gardener in the world, but I try. So I'm hoping these survive and will produce for me in a few years, and that the deer don't eat them or something else happens to them along the way. I thank you for being here and watching, and hopefully I can produce or put out some more videos soon. I do want to point out that there is a channel that my sister is developing. It's called Cynthia's Chair. So I'll put a link to that somewhere that you can check it out if you like, and have a look at what she's doing. She does a variety of different things, and it's obviously probably not going to be car related, but it is some good stuff. And give it a look and see what you think. So once again, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, all those fun things, and take care of yourselves. No. Why can't I get this right? So that's it for today. Like I said, I planted 2 hazelnut trees and a fig tree, and I'm hoping that they produce and grow and survive, but odds are generally not in my favor, it seems. Get my hands dirty a little bit, which is good. And it's nice to be able to get into the earth a little bit and try to blah, 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 blah.